Goode update August 13, 2015. All kinds of misinformation. From bloggers and forum posters. I am on the road with the family for 10 days. We are having that vacation we so desperately deserve. I am seeing all kinds of misinformation, to be kind, much as blatant disinformation, from bloggers and forum posters. I have had to laugh at some of the remarks of the Blue Avians being an AI/cabal mind control project of some sort. The AI prophets of the secret Earth government syndicates, cabal/Illuminati, have been extremely upset at me disclosing the extent of their AI gods, human slave trade, crimes against humanity and SSP infrastructure. What has vexed me the most are these disclosure dates. I never gave these dates. Where did they come from? People are trying to assign a September and November timetable to me when I have never put one forth, and I have always stated that I will not ever put a timetable forward since the timetable is in the hands of humanity's consciousness awakening. Every request/offer/veiled threat by the cabal for partial disclosure, having disclosure 50 years in the future, or allowing clemency for all cabal/Illuminati/ET/ED beings that have been involved in the crimes against and subjugation of humanity have been denied. But bloggers say we are accepting deals on the behalf of humanity, knowing this is not true. The Sphere Alliance has stated this is not their deal to make. Once there is a catalyzing event, global in nature, financial, followed by a full disclosure event involving mass data dumps. We the people of Earth will be making these decisions. The only deals that are being made right now are to bring in defectors/witnesses/victims of these groups, some of which are getting nasty labels from researchers ignorant of the full and true nature of these sources' treasure trove of intel and breadth of knowledge of the full spectrum of the programs hidden from the lower-level insiders, who are now bringing data in the same form Snowden has. The recent data hacks against the cabal entities in the US and EU have them in a complete panic. The odds of getting to November with no full disclosure are 100% in my humble opinion. The cabal is in a huge panic, is extremely upset at the data about their AI profit activities being released, their Sol system infrastructure, human slave trade, and information about some of their groups such as the Order of the Black Sun, to name just a few. It is humorous that the AI prophets are now lashing out and calling the Blue Avians an AI psyop, just as it is bizarre that people are actually buying the notion that the satanic cabal that wants to wipe out 90% of humanity is now exposing how their magic really works, via our mass consciousness. Luciferian Satanists are wanting the useless eaters that they control to wake up to their power of consciousness, become more loving. These are beings that actually feed off of fear, and become service to others. These are beings that use everything to keep us against each other, religion, race, politics, etc. Raise our vibrations to make the transition to 4D. These beings are using CERN and other technologies to try to interrupt, block this process, to reveal the full extent of the multiple SSPs, and their vast infrastructure, which they have been working hard for decades to convince people only a very low-tech version may exist. Treat your body as a temple and change to a high vibratory diet, while at the same time these beings have poisoned our food supply and GMOs our crops to make us ill and shorten our lifespans. This really makes sense to people? This is the cabal psyop? The cabal psyop is the program to discredit recent disclosures of information that were never supposed to be known to humanity. These clever infiltrators have manipulated the egos of a few researchers and taken info presented, twisted it, and in some cases lied, made up things that were never a part of my testimony. All anyone has to do is spend the time to research what info I have put out in context to see the majority of the attackers have manipulated information, in some cases working directly alongside Illuminati agents, making themselves agents in return. It makes further sense to people that a self-professed Illuminati insider is being listened to when every legit Illuminati insider that has come forward and told the truth has told stories of sexual, mental abuse and heavy mind control from birth, trained to mind control others, is now giving info with zero info about this occurring to them in their past publicly, while they stated these things all happened to them in private conversations to myself and others. It happens to all Illuminati members, no exceptions. Researchers who jump to call any and all persons that have been involved in any of the hundreds of MyLab-type programs mind-controlled super soldiers or cabal shills, and all their data should be flushed. Do you see the disconnect in their logic yet? Question mark. If you do not want to believe what I and others are saying, if it goes against your years of building up an esoteric belief system, or UFO religions, that is fine, but don't be a hypocrite. If you feel the need to lash out and attack in a very spiritually devolved way because you disagree, that only reflects on your own spiritual journey. I'm not saying if you disagree with me you are spiritually in a lower vibratory rut. I am saying the manner in which one rebuts what they disagree with. Their agenda and polarity certainly do show how devolved they are mentally and spiritually. If you choose to believe the misled bloggers or those intentionally misleading, rationalizing their disinfo campaigns as for the greater good, just as the cabal does, the public, then this is a summary of what they now believe the cabal message is. Every day focus on becoming more service to others oriented. Focus on being more loving and focus on raising your vibrational and consciousness level and to learn to forgive yourself and others, thus releasing karma. This will change the vibration of the planet, the shared consciousness of humanity, and change humanity one person at a time, even if that one person is yourself. They say to treat your body as a temple and change over to a higher vibrational diet to aid in the other changes. This sounds to many like a hippie love and peace message that will not make a difference. I assure you the path they lay out in their message is a difficult one. Even on the unlikely chance that these technologies stay suppressed, imagine what a world we would live in if everyone made these changes to themselves. There have been some recent SSP Alliance Council meetings as well as a few other meetings that Gonzalez has been attending for the most part while I am working on other action items. Reports are being worked on to release soon. There is an amazing amount of activity going on with the Earth Alliance, some rogue infighting over a new financial system, as well as some activities among ET groups, as well as a recent meeting with a council of subterranean ancient Earth breakaway civilizations. There have been quite a lot of recent battles between groups not related to the SSP Alliance or the Sphere Alliance. We are also compiling the vast amount of data from paper, communication trails from some of the misguided people who are attempting to discredit me using cabal resources and tactics. I will be working on these action items as well as will be picked up for a meeting while on vacation with the family. Raw Tir showed concern that many people are more interested in an entertaining mission report than they are in listening to the message and working on becoming more service to others. Do not focus on the Sphere Alliance, Blue Avians too much. They made it known that some date in the future when humanity has undergone acclimation to the new background energies that the spheres would fade away and that the two unknown sphere beings will remain for a time in the guardian service to humanity while we are a fourth density transitional species. These last two sphere beings will not communicate with or show themselves until after we have been through a full disclosure event, a global reconciliation event, and we are in control of the Sol system and its resources, infrastructure, as well as our opening relations with other civilizations. All of this will occur while we are in transition. So, let us focus on taking what is ours from the cabal, secret Earth governments, and get ourselves on the correct path as a species and as individuals. It starts with each individual changing this reality one person at a time. Thank you. Until my next reports. Corey, Goode TXSG.